Welcome back to the 1216 podcast. This is your host with one of the most, this is 12, one half of one of the greatest tag teams to ever do it inside the game for the last few years. We're coming to you strong right now with another chapter review called Live Dolls, chapter 1129 for One Piece Manga Edition. And we start off with the cover art that we see Yamato training and Otama over there with Shinobu as well. And training her inside the arts of her ninja ways. But to get right back into it, we start off, of course, we know how it's going down. We see the sun god has finally showed up and he is in rage. Anger is everywhere. He's looking down on the fake kingdom that he does have inside there right now. And the kingdom itself is now in shambles. We all know that the kingdom is made out of blocks and mirrors, two-way mirrors, in order for him to make this illusion that he is the Almighty One. Nonetheless, though, Straw Hat crews are now on the go. And the sun god, this fake sun god, is now upset, and his room / his temple is now messed up along with his servants. Because we all know that the snake got beat, that giant rat, them rats got beat. We know that rabbit was burned, and that cat is on the go. We have the Straw Hat crew that we have currently with them riding that cat away from everything, going strong with it, and trying to get away from, of course, this fake sun god. And as it's getting away from this fake sun god, it just so happens to be that it's carrying them away with them. Luckily, we have our translator Chopper with us in case anything goes wrong that needs to be said. Chopper is always going to be helpful when it comes to translation with the animals. So we know that they have to get to the other side. The other side is going to be another two-way mirror side of it where they can possibly escape, get through, and go from there to get out and actually hopefully end up in Elbaf. So going through the forest / the springs, you get to the other mirror. All you gotta do is crack through the mirror. It won't be the first time they bust through a mirror. Come on, Brule, you know how it is already. Now that we see that the giant means business and he's willing to capture them at any time because those are his live dolls and they're messing up his world. He pulls out a giant net to try to capture the Straw Hat crew. But of course, we know we have Sanji, we have Zoro, both on deck and ready to go at any means necessary. And what do? The same thing they did when they saved Otama. They teamed up together with that flaming Jimblade kick and, of course, his one sword style and cut through / broke through that netting, which let the cat and everybody else keep going and escape all the way through with it. So Mighty Sun God pulls up. He's asking what happens to everybody. They tell him earlier today that they found that mysteriously burned to death was, of course, that vicious rabbit. That rabbit was Glunt Bunny. Glunt Bunny, no longer there. No problem for the Straw Hat crew. They burned them and they kind of also ate him. So he'll be really pissed if he found out about that. But his history has been written before his eyes. He's like a fan. It's like us in a way, looking down at these live dolls, and he's watching as everything is unfolding in front of him. This is something that he enjoys. He's loving this moment because it's unpredictable at all times inside the mini world that belongs only to that sun god. And of course, the sun god is going to do his best to try to get up there and stop the Straw Hat crew from escaping. So what can happen? Usopp pops up with his special attack Green Star, Skull Blast Grass, shoots it out, the skull comes up, big old flashing light, things explode, but it's no good. The mirror did not break. So Luffy says, you know what? Leave it up to me. If you want something broken, let me be the one who does it. Now, so far, we've seen Zoro in action. We've seen Sanji in action. This is Egghead. I'm just saying, Usopp, you're supposed to be able to do something. You can't even break a mirror with your pebbles? Come on now. So, we all know what happens. Luffy backs up, pulls it back with a mini Gear 4, and he comes in with the punch as he's flying towards it. But as he's flying towards it and pulling it back with his mini Gear 4 punch, Nami simply looks over at Usopp and it says, natural disasters aren't anyone's fault, right? And asks that question. And that question made Usopp think a little bit and said, well, I mean, sure, earthquakes, floods, lightning, you can all blame those on anybody. And Nami goes, well, I think we've been through plenty of enough terror for today, and that she's sick of this guy. So her natural disasters, of course, we all know she has Zeus, and what is Zeus? That lightning god. So of course, Zeus is coming out very soon, hopefully, as Nami is making a man-made natural disaster. But as we go through it, we see that, of course, Sanji is still going on strong because Sanji feels some type of way that this sun god got to undress and see Nami, of course, in her most purest form to him. How did it happen? We get a little flashback. We have this giant bird that popped up that ended up bringing over the Straw Hat crew. And this guy was incredibly psyched out about it. He was like, yo, they were supposed to be selling with them, escort them back to Elbaf. They come in here anyway while y'all sleep. Hey, I might as well make y'all my toys and make me be the sun god. And if he goes, D foo 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 foo, all the giants have this weird laugh, and that's his, of course. And he looks at it and goes, well, Rodin, since you don't want to be the leader, I cannot be a henchman, and I would not be a henchman for anybody else other than you. So remember, Herodin is one of the captains of the giant pirates, and this guy is just obsessed with making him the best and not be henchman for nobody else. And he just doesn't want to see the fact that, remember, Herodin was not, I want to say a captain of it, but remember at what is it called, Dressrosa, when they got freed. And it's the guy who held up God Usopp and told him that, he was sent there as, to be a savior. But Herodin itself, like, you drank the sake, like, you made your vows, even though Luffy did not make that toast or create that toast, it was done and formed on its own. You're still a part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, which means any member under you will also be a part of that. And he just simply says that there's no pride inside there. So this guy is going on and he's saying over and over and over that, you know what? In the midst of everything, I just can't do it. Like, I refuse to be a henchman towards anybody other than you. So with that being said, he is now a god, the sun god, that's in for a rude awakening. Because as everybody's running through, somehow, some way, he doesn't see this happening. Nami's clouds are getting bigger and bigger and bigger above him on the ceiling where he can't see anything from. And all you hear, are you ready, Zeus? And Zeus goes, I'm positively cracking Nami. And she rains it down. Lightning blast right on the sun god's head and shocks him. And as he shocks him, Luffy's all set now. The Mini Gear 4 Gum Con gun knocks it right through the wall, and simply they're outside. So it seems like. So we get a cutaway at the very end, and now we stop. Luffy is smiling extremely hard. Usopp's now with his cheerfulness ongoing, same with Chopper in the background. We all know, outside at last. Ooh-wee, it's time to go. Will our Straw Hat Pirates actually end up outside or in another room of this castle? But they did break through an actual wall now, which means Luffy had to have punched through the mirror and the wall in order to get free 100%. If he did do that, are they really in Elbaf? Has to be, because it's a giant sitting around inside his room. He knows Herodin, the guy who saved God Usopp and declared to serve under the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. But this guy, like, this is starting off to be kind of weird. I wouldn't say weird. This is starting off to be a really good start to us joining to us joining Elbaf. The only thing that I'm really hoping for, and I know a lot of you are out here like, that might not happen, or the opposite side, a lot of you are out here like, yes, that should happen. We need to see Usopp actually do something this arc. Usopp, you need to do something. This arc is going to be your time to really shine. So, with that being said, all of this skull bomb, nothing working like that, it's time to take it to the next level. Improve your observation hockey. Get the buff that you need for it in order to go throughout the next part of it. Because Usopp, you are supposed to be like one of them. Knowing who Yasopp is as his father, Usopp should be able to recollect and do anything like that at all. We seen how Izo get down with them guns. We seen how Yasopp gets down. But now Usopp, this has to be your time to show the world who you are and make your "I am here" statement for real and show them that you are here and mean business. But of course, that comes to the end of it. I'm not going to rant on too far because I know we all love our, I guess, most human character in all of One Piece, but he needs to, this arc needs to make Usopp him of the snipers, solidify himself as God Usopp Sniper King. This arc will be, I'm hoping is gonna reiterate some things, but of course, like, we started off with Nami talking to him about being strong and helping him and helping out. But what happened? He was in 8. Just now we got the chapter when he tried to just shoot through something and it didn't work. You know, nothing happened. That skull grass bomb did nothing. So Usopp, I'm looking forward to this arc. I really am. This chapter was decent. More of a let's get out of here chapter. Chapter 11:30 though. Looking forward to that big time. Because I know it's dropping soon. Should be out in a few days. So let's get it. Let's get it. We here along the ride. If you're here, you with us. Go ahead, hit the like button, comment, subscribe down below. Make sure you share this with your homies and your homegirls. Because simply we just growing. We over 300 now. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Grand Fleet is growing. Let's continue to grow. Let's get to that 56,000 people sub goal. 12, signing off.